Welcome, my dear viewer, to Dr. Paul Kibicho YouTube channel. I want first of all to most sincerely thank you for the confidence that you have shown in me. And I want to promise you that nothing will go wrong, all will be well. And I want first of all most sincerely to thank all those people who have taken their time to fill in the application forms for the grad investment scheme. Plans are underway. Everything is actually in place. I've already instructed our team of lawyers to ensure that the entire registration process is done and we get what we call the letter of incorporation by next week, so that that particular letter can enable us now to have an account where money will be deposited by the investors. As I had said earlier on, I think you can see those people who have been able to get what we call my email address. You have seen how far we have gone. You have seen the kind of the letter that we have already prepared for you. And I want to thank most sincerely those who have filled in those forms. I have gotten a number of them. And even those people who have been able to pay the 5,000 non-refundable fee. That is helping us in terms of actually working on logistics. Today we paid the lawyer quite a substantial amount of money to ensure that, as I had told you earlier on, I believe that we are going to operate on trust. And I shared with you the reason as to why we are going to operate on trust. I took a bit of time to explain to you why these guys of Somali origin are very rich, have got money, they are leading lives on fast lane. It is purely because of doing something very, very simple, allowing what we call their professionals, and those people have been able now to mobilize their resources to handle them, and of course to be able to finance and fund those people who have projects that are viable and visible. Our investment, as I told you earlier on, we are going to, I'm going to call for a Zoom meeting. Of course, once we hit the numbers that I'm intending to have, we shall be having, as I told you, without diverging a lot of information, 2 modes of investments. And I want all of you to remember that we said we shall first of all contribute this money for a period of 1 year. So after only 1 year, that is when now we shall be able to subject this money to what we call the full investment vehicle that will start now giving us what we call the returns on our investments. My projection is that, God willing, in the next 3 years, we shall be worth over 200 million shillings. And sooner than later, we'll be talking in terms of billions. Let me tell you, gentlemen, what we say, and those people who normally hear the French language, Kenya na Kenya ucio na gerada, na mugikuyu agicoka akiuga kamwiki koyaga ndiri. If you want to succeed, you must work with others. I want to most sincerely thank those people. We have got quite a number of people from Kenya. We have got quite a number of people from the diaspora. Those questions that are still coming in, I've been able to answer and to respond to some of you on your various email addresses. But of course, we shall be setting a date when we'll be able now to respond to all those questions during our Zoom meeting. Believe you me, ladies and gentlemen, I tend to think that all of us at a given point in time, we shall rejoice, we shall celebrate. Your investment will be solid, your investment will be subjected to what we call very, very highly trained financial experts, including myself, and shall be having what we call an open door policy. Everything will be explained, everything that we'll be doing will be done openly, and I can assure you that the investment is going to work. We have not yet been able to meet the number of people that we intended. For those who have led that particular letter of membership, you have seen that our target is to get 200 people. Of course, initially, many had expressed interest, but when we brought in the element of contributing, as you all know, some people avoid pain. And of course, if you avoid pain, don't expect to gain. And life is about taking a risk. If you don't take a risk, don't expect to gain in this world of God. When you plant 500 or maybe 500 acres of wheat, you do not have the control over what we call the weather and the climate, but you still do go ahead and plant. I have told you in the past that even entering into an aircraft to move from point 1 to point B, you are not assured of whether that particular phase of transport will deliver you to the next destination. But because that's how life has been wired to be, we must always learn to take that particular risk. So I am not going to mention names, but I'm very, very impressed with some of you people. There are those people who have already been able to fill in their forms. And the question of terms of engagement has been brought forth a number of times. Terms of engagement means either you're employed or you're self-employed. So engagement, basically, I'm only making an inquiry of whether you are actually an employed person or you are working as a self-employed person. You don't have to provide that particular details. Allow me to explain one area of that particular application. I have given you what we call the beneficiary, the next of kin, the nominee, or the legal personal representative. It is to ensure, God forbid, in the event you're not there, your beneficiaries will still get the proceeds of your investment. Believe you me, ladies and gentlemen, when we sit down, because I believe even those who are outside the Republic of Kenya, in the fullness of time, we shall still have, we thank God that the containment measures have actually been vacated by our dear president. So we shall have what we call an AGM. And for those who have read the terms and conditions of this particular engagement, you have seen that we have actually slotted in time for what we call AGM. So kindly make sure that you fill in those forms, submit them to us. We are printing them, and of course we have a file for each of you, including the receipt for the payment that you have done for the non-refundable fee because of accountability. So, ladies and gentlemen, continually introduce more people. I want to thank some ladies from Germany who were able to introduce me 5 people. I want to thank God for those people in Seattle. Thank you so much. Those people in Qatar, I thank God for you. Those people in Dubai, those ones in Jordan, Vietnam, and of course our Kenyan people from Nairobi, Nakuru. I've gotten, I think, 5 people from Nakuru. I've gotten about 5 or 6 people from Nairobi. I've gotten 2 from Mombasa. And I'll be flying to Mombasa again next week on Wednesday to go and share this particular information with some group of people who want to invest. So please, this is just an update. Kindly fill in that form, send the money. And I told you send that particular money using what we call the till. No, it was not the pay bill number as I had earlier communicated. It is only till number. And for the time being, because I want to explain this because I'm a man of integrity and character, why the name Panorama Consulting Company is appearing, as we wait for the process to actually now formalize our entire establishment, we are using that one to enable us to do a few things here and there. But I want to salute all of you. So for the time being, kindly make sure that, of course, you fill in your forms, put in your next of kin, give us your addresses, ensure that the email address you have given is correct, ensure that your phone number is correct. We will be giving you the bank details once our legal team goes ahead. Of course, as I told you, we had submitted the names to the Registrar of Societies. Nowadays, the mode of registering an organization is a bit different. So it is being looked at. We normally give number of names and they go striking one after another until they get that name that has not been shared by another group. So once we get our accounts, we'll be able to give you the account details where we'll start putting that money so that by the end of the first 1 year, we now subject this investment to what I'll be able to explain to you during our first Zoom meeting. But I want to thank you most sincerely. Thank you for trusting me. I am so humbled. I feel honored. And as I've told you, and I will repeat it again and again, I'll never at any one time misguide you. Trust is very, very important. Just remind you what Bishop Maside said. And I want to remind you this because Kenyans, we forget very, very fast. Mr. Maside is the one who actually also provoked me in terms of my thinking. You see, especially ithuĩ Agĩkũyũ, allow me now to use this language. Ithuĩ Agĩkũyũ, nĩtatwarogirwo na mũrogi agĩkua. Tutihokanaga, tutihokagĩra andũ arĩa angĩ aitũ. Nĩkĩonaga tũingagĩra ndege tũkaihũra tũgĩthiĩ Dubai kũgũra indo. Handũ ha mũngĩtũmire mũndũ ũmwe na specifications cianyu. Icio mbeca mũgũthiaga nacio kũingĩra ndege-inĩ rĩ, mũgũre mo materials kana merchandise. Icio mũngĩthire kũrĩ harumu rĩ, tondũ kumagara nĩ kwega yes. No nginya twambe to settle businesses citũ ikinye handũ fulani. Ndamwĩrire ngĩmwĩra kaũndũ kamwe kahũthũ mũno. Kĩrĩa gĩtũmaga wone andũ aya cumarĩ magĩtonga. Tondũ matiracitanagira na mbeca ciao mũkona meka kĩũndũ kĩnene mũno. Na ithuĩ andũ aya 200 tũgĩka maũndũ manene mũno. Na ndamwĩra ũũ tondũ mũthenya ũmwe nĩ mũkanjokeria ngatho. Rĩrĩa mũkona ũtonga wanyu ũrĩa wakorwo ciarĩte, tũgaikara thĩ tũranie ciũria itakwamba kũmũria mahinda maya. Na ndĩmwĩraga nĩ ngĩthomeire gĩthomo gĩkĩ, ndirenda ya ciringi ya mũndũ, no mũthiĩ kwa DCI, mũria kĩũria kĩu, na no mũkĩũria arĩa manjũĩ othe, na mũndũ wothe arĩa ndĩraki-expose thĩinĩ wa YouTube channel nĩ mũkĩnjũĩ inyuothe. Some of you know me personally. Na njokerie ngatho andũ arĩa maranjĩra kĩbico nĩ ngũĩ mĩaka 29, nĩ ngũĩ mĩaka 25, na ndũrĩ watũte. Ndikũmũte, nĩ ngũmuonia njĩra, nĩ ngũmũnyita guoko, na tũrĩ hamwe Ngai nĩ agũtũrathima. So ihũria form ĩyo marĩtwa maku mothe, ũrĩa form ĩyo ĩthiĩte, ihũria all the details, maundu maria mangi mothe megie ritwa na bengi na kila kitu no horo wa kindu gitagwo nitukugia na kindu gitagwo board of directors na gitumi gia tugie na board of directors kaingi aria moyo horo wa board of directors acio no kugia na kindu gitagwo policy na aria metagwo run the company. Of course I'll be involved in learning this particular venture on a day to day basis. Ito gucoka tuikare tugie na kindu gitagwo kuiguanira uria turiranaga kiama giki no ndimuhoyo ihoya rimwe o uguo murathi na mbere na trust kiria murikaga ni murinyitaga statements ya cia mbeca cianyu irio rutete after every 6 months ni ndimuheaga print out ya mbeca cianyu na mwaka wathira na ningacoka ndimwire kuria turaigithia mbeca icio tondu turakiruta ngiri 16 mugika mathabu macio murakena ni mbeca cigana nigetha tugie na kindu gitagwo a very big bargaining power kuria turaiga mbeca citu nigetha ituhe proper returns on investment. Na should you have any inquiry ugenda ku make any inquiries ndiramuhire namba ya wabici ira mungihura during working hours, but for now tondu ako DBC ngika maundu 1 2 3 na timu ingi no ba muginyira na email no muginyira na email yakwa imwe nayo inyuothe paulkibisho@gmail.com na no muhurire thimu 0722633021 kana no mundu mena WhatsApp na namba ndimuhete na nijue ntuguteithania na Ngai wa muoyo twi hamwe nijue ntuweka maundu manene na with God all things are possible. Ngai wa muoyo murathima. That was just but a brief update. Ihuria form yo abe okaba kume download nigetha hote kuihuria wega no ihuria na guoko no ihuria na computer. The choice is yours. Nigetha information yo tumeige wega tumitumire tondu wa kindu gitagwo accountability na kuonania transparency na mundu maundu make mothe na mwakimenyaga ne mura invest mbeca nacio. Kiuria giki akorania kuria mundu akoragwo kana ki aria mathomete a bit of financial background kana a bit of financial training ni mwithi kuishi kwina maundu mamwe marumagirwo ni Central Bank of Kenya na financial institutions jira rimwe kundekeria uria mundu akoragwo agika nigetha tu avoid gacira karia kangitumirwo ni andu aria oruguka kiungano-ini giki gitu. This guy wa mwe marathima ni ndimwendete inyuothe kaundu karia mothe mwiko mwina ko munjurie na ningucokia ngatho ni uhoro ucio. God bless you so much. Mundu, if in case of any inquiry you have my number, drop. I'm so happy ni mundu meire texts nyingi muno na gacokia ngatho na ngi makauga ndimongerere no ndirathie ngiokagirira andu na ni in the fullness of time gwikinya next week Friday na njue ningakorwo ngimuhe report ithaka igi haria tugakorwo tukinyite ora tugakorwo tukinyite ningakorwo ndimurite tugwika na mthie na mbere na kunjitikia. Trust in me and believe you me, you have a trusted partner here. You have a trusted partner who has been tested and proven. I've worked with very many institutions and organizations and my track record is known. Now, in case of anything, should you want to know anything, our government is there. You can always visit the DCI. You can always ask what you call the other agencies that you may know. You can go to Kenya Revenue Authority. I have tax compliance certificate for my companies, for myself. Na nijue nigumuteithia ntuguteithania. Ngai murathima na mugie na mahinda mega. God bless you so much. Ihuria ifomu yo thina mbere na gutuma mbeca cianyu na till na mbere ndimuhete hau na nijue twathie uguo maundu ni maguthii matwagiriire. God bless you so much. Shalom, shalom, shalom.